Hello, it's Elisa Farigi from thinkautism.co.uk, and this week I'd like to talk to you a bit about siblings. Many times when I talk to families, one of the areas of support that they want is to know how to support their siblings and the siblings of children with autism. So I've got a couple of pointers that you can use to help you with that I just want to share today. The first one that I think is really important is actually making sure that you create special time or quality time for each child in the family. Lots of the times the child with autism gets more time with their parents because they've got more things that they want to work through, or appointments to get to, or they need more time and slower and carefully structured time to actually work through their targets and objectives. That doesn't mean that the child that doesn't have autism or other siblings should not get some special time. So first of all, make sure that you create special moments and special times with each child, and what works for you will depend on your family situation, how many siblings you have, your timetable, your schedule, what's going on for you. So it might be a case of spending a whole day once a week with each child, or it could be that every day you spend 10 minutes of good quality time, or half an hour or an hour of good quality time with each child, and you might need to timetable that so that everybody in the family knows what's happening. Other things that you can do is make sure that you have whole family time as well. So you've got your special time with each child, but then also you need time where it's the whole family interacting together, either with a board game or a family outing, so that you can all be together and involve each other in interaction with each other. Another important, another useful thing to do, I think, is to help the sibling, no matter what age they are, to understand what's going on with their brother or sister who has the autism. Help them understand what autism means, help them understand why they might not be interacting with them in the same way as other children, and some of the other behaviours that might be coming up. Help them understand why that is, because we don't want children to be feeling that they're not wanted, they're not liked, and those kind of feelings of why won't my brother play with me, or why is he pushing me, or why doesn't he like it when I do that, so help them understand that, because that will really help them for the whole of their life to really understand and show some empathy to why people are different to each other. And lots of times I think the siblings of children with autism have so much empathy and understanding, and they're great in the community and really understand other people and differences between people. So it's such a great thing for them to learn, but also if they're not told about it, they might be wondering why something's happening when it shouldn't be. So there's that. You also want to provide opportunities for a whole family really to provide to share their opinions about things. So whether that means you have family meetings or family discussions over meal times, make sure those opportunities are there for their voice to be heard. So they might not be liking the way that something is happening or operating in the family, or they might feel left out, or they might feel like they want to take part a bit more in helping in the child's program. So let there be a space for that child to say how they're feeling about it. For some children that have brothers or sisters that are a bit more aggressive or a bit more physical, they may be experiencing a different kind of lifestyle where they may be getting pushed about or hurt a bit more. And it's important to teach them, again, why it's happening, but also to let them know that behaviour is not acceptable. We don't want those children growing up feeling that, believing that it's okay to be pushed about and screamed at and those sorts of things. So they need to know that, first of all, it's not acceptable, and also that you're doing everything you can to help their brother and sister, and help them if they need to, depending on what age the children are at, help them learn to protect and defend themselves. So I'm not saying encourage fights and brawls in the house, but do make sure that there is a level of protection. So whether it's a case of them going to a self-defense class or you teaching them how to defend themselves so that they don't get hurt, but also make sure that both children are treated and respected in the same way, so that they know that behaviour is not acceptable and it's not nice to hurt or harm other people. So that brings me to say that you also need to make sure that you're teaching the child with autism better coping strategies if they do have a tendency to be more physical or aggressive. You need to make sure that you're redirecting that behaviour, letting them know that it's not acceptable, but also giving them other strategies to replace that. Now, I know that's a lot easier said than done, and that is something that many families are working on, but you need to make sure that something's in place there, and letting the child know that that is being worked on as well. So those are some of my tips really for working with siblings and supporting siblings, and I hope you can implement them. And if you've got any that you use yourself that have worked for you, then please do feel free to share that on the Facebook page, or email me directly if you need more support with that, and that'd be great. So if you're not already receiving these Ezine tips with articles and videos and updates every week, then please make sure that you sign up at www.thinkautism.co.uk. Okay, have a great week.